Welcome back everyone, and thank you for your amazing support in watching and liking Luxury Now videos. Keep supporting and smash that subscribe button to know more top 10 expensive and luxury items today. If you want to know more about luxury and lifestyle, I've got you covered, and be sure to check out my previous videos. Without further ado, let's dive in. This video is going to feature the top 10 most expensive cities in the world right now. Many of the major cities around the world are known for their allure of bustling nightlife, efficient public transportation, and a unique culture that draws in foodies, lovers of the arts and adventure alike. And while the offerings of well-known places like Tokyo, Japan, London, England, and New York City are usually enough to make them ideal destinations for vacations and the backdrops that inspire wanderlust Instagram captions, there's no denying that they are more often than not quite expensive. From the rising cost of living to the fluctuating real estate market and food and transportation costs, we've outlined the most expensive cities in the world as determined by the Economic Intelligence Unit latest survey in 2023. The EIU focuses on countries' reports and economic forecasts through research and analysis. The survey, which was conducted from August 16 to September 16, 2022, tracks expenses including services and goods in 172 cities around the world. Coming at number 10, Sydney, Australia. The Australian city made EIU's list as the 10th most expensive place to live in the world, which it shares with Copenhagen, Denmark. The city inched up the list from last year when it ranked at number 14. Among the contributing factors to the increase in Sydney's cost of living are the exorbitant rent fees. The weekly rent for a one-bedroom apartment can range from 450 to 550 Australian dollars, and a two-bedroom starts from around 650 Australian dollars per week. High demand and low inventory in the real estate market also prevents city dwellers with difficulty when it comes to finding an affordable home to purchase. On the 9th spot, Paris, France. The city of love has architecture, food, and fashion like no other. So it's not surprising that living in France's capital city of Paris is pretty pricey. The demand for housing and retail price combined with the lack of options on both fronts make affording real estate a costly challenge. Number 8. San Francisco, California. It's no wonder there were 9 people at one point living in the Tanner household in Full House back in the 90s. Rent has always been pretty steep out on the West Coast, but home prices in San Francisco in 2022 increased 10% compared to the previous year, bringing the average price to around 1.5 million USD. Renters even need to make about $100,000 a year to live comfortably in the Golden City. Number 7. Geneva, Switzerland. Famous for the Jet d'Eau, aka the world's tallest water fountain, Geneva is a city with tons of luxe cafes and shopping for days. But all that luxury does come at a high price. Just for an individual, monthly expenses average out at about 3.5 thousand USD when it comes to rent, food, and transportation. Number 6. Zurich, Switzerland. Just one glance at Zurich and you can see why the stunning city is one of the priciest in the world. The financial capital, which sits at the north end of the Lake Zurich, is home to waterfront promenades, high-end shopping, and decadent chocolates. It's also the most expensive Swiss city to rent in, with an average rent cost of about $2,000 for a single person. Coming at number 5. Los Angeles, California. There's a reason Hollywood celebs are dropping a lot of dough on a new apartment or home. It costs a lot to live that glamorous Hollywood lifestyle. Not only is LA's locations a major reason why housing is so competitive, especially with a population of 10 million people, but LA's high taxes for residents and sales tax of 9.5% makes it a costly place to live. In January 2020, apartment rentals reached an average of over $2,500, almost doubling the national average. Number 4. Hong Kong, China. According to EIU, Hong Kong ties with LA for 4th place in the world's most expensive cities. With over 7 million people living in the city, it's not necessarily the cost of rent that makes it pricey, but rather the competitive demand for housing and all the activities Hong Kong has to offer, like its endless markets, nightlife, and attractions. Coming at top 3, Tel Aviv, Israel. From stunning beaches to exciting nightlife and world-famous restaurants, Tel Aviv has it all. But there's a hefty price tag attached to all that fun. The largest city in Israel, Tel Aviv has a population for being not only fun, but an incredibly diverse and tourist-friendly place to visit. That being said, real estate is pretty expensive, with an average monthly rent for a one-bedroom coming out to 1,725 USD. Number 2. New York City, New York. Bright lights, big city, big rent. Average rent prices in the Big Apple have soared, with 1-year lease rates increasing by 3.25% and 2-year leases seeing a 5% or more increase, the sharpest in nearly a decade. Rent hit an average cost high of 4,000 USD for the first time in May 2022, and then hit an average cost high of $5,000 for the first time in June 2022. Number 1. Singapore. Tied with New York, Singapore often tops the list. It's always been a fight for New York and Singapore. But for starters, because it is such a small area, land is incredibly scarce. In addition, as the demand for property has increased, the supply has been limited, making the real estate market very competitive. The city also has a very few natural resources and must rely on ports to import necessities like water and natural gas electricity. Once again, thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to know more on luxury items and lifestyle, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button and the red bell to keep yourself up to date on the what's new and expensive out there. Stay tuned and cheers.